Hey there, sheepdoggers, and welcome to most likely what will be a quick look tutorial and gameplay video for Crest. It's in early access, and yeah, it's one of the few examples of a game where I have received a Steam key from the developers. And kind of, a general request to play and yeah, kind of that sort of thing. And I actually really like the developers. They were very kind of understanding because they emailed me and they're like, if you'd like to try this game, if you're interested in it, you played one of our earlier games, and yeah, just say and we'll try and send you a Steam key. And I replied to them and I said, I'm interested in checking out the game. I've already seen it and spoken a bit about it in a previous coming soon video. And I want to be, I did say to them, I'll be completely honest. Like, I will be honest about what I think about the game, whether I advise to get it or, whether to wait because it's early access and how I find it, like a pseudo review. And they were very up for that. They were like, what I really liked about it was if you say to your viewers that a third of the game is crap and the other two parts are golden, I'd imagine they'd believe you more than if you said everything is fine. That's how I work anyway. Of course, you might think that everything sucks, but well, that's a risk we're willing to take. So, going into this video, full candidness to you guys as well, I quite like these developers, so I may be slightly nicer about the game than I regularly would, but I will be as honest as I can, basically. So just keep that in mind, because I'm just like, that's a really nice attitude for a developer to have. And if you know my encounters with a few other developers on possibly certain other videos, you can understand why I'd take that opinion. There's been a couple of other things as well that I won't go into, but yeah. Okay, so let's check out Crest. It's actually vaguely interested me, because there's a feature that sounds interesting. Yeah, that's brilliant, Sheepdog. Let's play the bloody game, shall we? Crest tasks you with the role of God. This is perfect for me. You can think of it as being a parent for your people. Your goal is to lead your followers and shape them after your own wish. This is possibly not good for them. Be careful, however. If you lead them astray, they might all die, and your legacy will end. Okay. So we've got WSD, Q and E to rotate. Left click and drag to move about. Right click to change perspective. Scroll to zoom. Fairly standard so far. Zoom or double click on a... Okay, it's on pause now. Okay, well that doesn't help me. Without guidance, your followers plan their lives according to their needs. Read about their needs by hovering over the happiness icon. You and your followers communicate with the use of symbols. You use these symbols to write your commandments, okay? The commandments you write consists of 3 parts. They all begin with coordination, with a condition which specify which follower the commandment is applicable to. To proceed, choose a condition by clicking on either of the symbols above to see which follower is affected. Okay. So, these followers? Okay. Or these followers? Okay. It has to be one of them. Oh, so this does all of them, and this does these 2. Okay. The second part of the commandment is called an action. The action specifies what action the selected follower should perform. The last part is the target, which is combined with the action to modify what it does. Try to place an action and a target to your commandment and see what your followers will interpret. This is interesting. Okay, so I should prioritize. I should not prioritize. Okay, so I should prioritize gathering metals over other tasks, the needs of young followers, and share my resources with them. Okay, so it looks like they're already gathering metals, 3 of them. But if I am unhappy, I should prioritize the needs of the young and share my... Okay. I should not prioritize the needs of the young, nor share resources with them. To your left is the control panel, which is your tool for interaction. If you want to turn off or on the tutorial at any time, this concludes the tutorial. Okay. So, we've got the speed here. We've got our options. Here are the options for you quickly, guys. In-game, out-of-game, they're a bit more... yeah, they're a bit more intricate. But there you go. It's, you've got report a bug, very important. If you are intending to get this game or any other early access game, reporting bugs, very important. Okay, so... that's a commandment that is already up, okay? And this is other commandments that we can do, I think. So, trees. Prioritize babies. Yes. Okay. Trees prioritize babies. Oh, hello. Okay. Wait, so okay. Oh, okay, so if you are happy, so these two, if you guys are happy, then prioritize... okay. Metals in the world, food, deserts in the world, young, old, hungry, overfed. So if you are happy, hungry, prioritize hungry. Okay. Get rid of that. So, okay, not sure about that. Forests in the world. So, forests in the world, prioritize babies. Are we going to put our babies in the forests of the world? Is that what... Are there babies in here? Please don't be hiding your babies in here, guys. Come on now. Maybe it's like, if you have kids... Are you having your kid in the... Are you having your kid in the forest? Is that what I told you to do? I really hope that's not what I told you to do. Don't be silly. You're happy, I guess. So you're walking in slow motion. Okay. Alright, so... let's make another commandment, I think. So if you're... then you... what's this? Urges your followers not to perform a certain subject. Move to a certain subject. Refrain from moving. Okay, so... you should... perform... stealing from overfed followers. I think that's maybe what they will do. We'll see. We'll see. So... it would be nice to know how these are being interpreted, because... or I think possibly... okay, that's just the tutorial left over. So... what do we have here? We have a thing. So it's very hands-off. Mean of all the followers' age. Mean of all the followers' accumulated food. So we've got a lot of food. There's no one overfed. Apparently, city is happy. See the follower's house for details. Fertility level of the follower, which is closest to having a child. It doesn't say. I guess it's not. And the mean of all their metals. So we've got a fair amount of metals. What are you doing? Seriously, dude, are you just... have you... I feel like I should get rid of that baby one. I'm not sure what's happening with this guy. It doesn't look like anything brilliant. So, What is a lonely god to do in this big old world of his? Ooh, damn. So yeah, it's let's talk about the game a little bit, shall we? I mean, that's probably something we should do, considering I'm playing a game and doing commentary of it. It looks fairly bare, but early access. And I've said many... Oh, he's moving, he's doing things. Sorry, this is an exciting moment for me, maybe. So, I guess they're going to get food. Possibly. Apparently no one's fertile. Which may or may not be a problem. So yeah, I think... It seems to be... Okay, well, he's gone back there now. I don't know what they're doing. I honestly don't know what they're doing. So yeah, it's a fairly bare game. And the thing is early access is a reason for a bare game that seems promising. Early access is never an excuse for a bad game with missing shit. Or especially broken, like really broken base core mechanics. So if you have a game where you're like, oh, you know, this is just a bad idea for a game, it's a badly made game, and etc., using it's in early access is not an excuse. You know, because early access, you should at least have a workable game, you know, kind of title. You've got the game, you've got the bare... Like, Darkest Dungeons is a decent example. Other good examples are Project Zomboid. When Project Zomboid was released on early access, it had the core of what it was, and it was a good game at that. You shouldn't have games... You shouldn't release games on early access that is literally, like, you know, completely just been made game and... You know, everything's broken and it's just terrible. In my opinion. You know, so if I say this game... You know, for example, if this game, like, these guys were bouncing all over the place and, like, clipping and, you know, there were mechanics in the game that just didn't work and, you know... If it was a train wreck of a game and I said I didn't like it and then, you know, fans of the game turned up and went, but it's in early access. No. Early access is not an excuse for a game being bad. Early access is a reason for a good concept game to be unfinished. That's what it is. Early access is unfinished. So anyway, talking about this game, fairly bare bones so far. I'm intrigued by the idea. I have no idea what the outcome of these commandments are. What is that commandment? I didn't even make... Are they guessing what I'm... Like, they're like, so, if you're unhappy, go and be happy. Is that what happened there? It looks like what happened there. Huh. If you're happy, then prioritize being hungry. If you're a tree, prioritize babies. I still don't know what that means. Like, I dictated that commandment and I do not understand it. That's probably a bad thing. If you're if you're unhappy, prioritize food? Go to food? If you're unhappy, go to food. That is the command of a bearded, chubby man who is apparently your god. Oh, my beard. I feel I should have maybe face-cammed this just purely because beard. And, you know, god, beard, etc. Yeah, yada yada. For those of you who are subscribers and regulars to my video, you will know I have a beard. It is a glorious and large beard. For those of you who don't regulars at my channel, then you won't see it unless you go and watch my other videos. Hook. Yeah. Anywho. So, yeah, I mean, should we speed this up and see where it goes? I mean... Oh, he died. And he's celebrating that he died? Is this something... I mean, he was happy. Oh my god! Did I tell happy people to go die of starvation? Is that what my Oh shit, I think that's oh god. Okay, that commandment needs to stop fairly quickly. Please. Yeah, happy people prioritize not eating. So that guy was happy because I remember that hut being happy. Okay, we need population. So how do you baby? Okay, so every people, the unhappy followers do babies. Maybe not do babies, but that's going to be close enough. Unhappy followers, and then happy followers do babies too, and then everyone, young people, prioritize babies. Let's get lots of teen pregnancies going on, guys. I want babies. I want babies all over the place. Babies, babies, babies. Okay, so that's done, and now we need to. Where is he going? What are you doing? He's getting some food. Okay. So we've got a lot of food there. There's no fertility at all. This seems to have gotten bigger, possibly. So let's speed up the time. Oh god, someone else died. Okay, this is possibly bad. Can you please have babies? Babies would be lovely. So they're not doing anything and the food is going down. And that guy died. Are they murdering each other? Is that... Where are you going? Where are you going? Where are you going? What's whying? There's something over here. Oh, he's making a new one. Okay. Is that good? Oh, he's really, really old. So he can't have kids. He's gonna die soon. Oh, he's farming. Were they farming before? I don't think they were farming before. Is that... Yeah, that looks like a tree. Okay, well, we're gonna... I mean... Have babies. Babies, babies, babies. So... Definitely some room for learning going on here. I've learned that apparently spamming babies is probably a better idea than spamming... I don't think I should encourage people to die. I feel like that was my first mistake commandment. So let's do happy people prioritize babies. Yes. I feel like that's something that should happen anyway. Unhappy prioritize food. Okay. I feel like maybe deserts, action forests. There we go. How about you live with those bizarre commandments for a while? So what are you guys? Who's happy? Guys, who's happy? Doesn't look like anyone's happy. Oh, they're babying. Oh yeah, they're babying. Wait. Boom chicka boom boom ba ba ba. Boom chicka boom boom ba ba ba. Boom chicka boom boom. Okay, a little less. No, that's fine. It's fine. We got more people. Nope, they're still spraying hearts all over the place. Hopefully. I mean, is there like a man? I think they just represent population or something, but still. Yeah, it's stuff that's happened. So, I think they had kids and now they're a bit happier, which isn't, you know, it's a lesson. I think maybe one of the things that would be interesting to see is some kind of mechanic to maybe go among your people and start figuring out how they're interpreting. Is that a fucking... I don't think it is. How they're interpreting your commandments. You know, nothing too overt, so it's just like, this one is doing this because this reason, but just... I don't know the nuances of what you could do, guys. But I think something along the lines of this is being interpreted this way. You know what? I'm just going to stop trying to speak properly and speak in my own personal whoop-de-doo, hoo-de-har. Old people go to desert. There we go. So I'm telling old people to go out into the desert and die, apparently. Possibly. It depends how they interpret it, to be fair. I think what I also said was... Did I say... Yeah, so desert, prioritize food. Trees. So I think that's saying make trees in the desert. What are you guys doing? Are those boobs? They kind of look like boobs. Although that doesn't seem to be what they're actually doing. Are you guys making food? Because food fairly important. So let's let them do stuff for a while. Okay, that guy's mining metal. These guys are all girls. They seem fairly androgynous aside from the pointy boobs. So I don't know. We'll see how they do. But yeah, it seems to be going better this time. I didn't realise quite how worrying the person's situation was. So yeah, we'll see. How are we doing with everything on this? There we go. People are unhappy. How do I make people happy? Looks like they're hungry as well, so let's have a hungry people action food. Okay. Hungry people perform overfed. So my new initiative is hungry people eat. Oh, no, I should have done hungry people eat hungry people. Of course, damn. Well, hungry people... Actually, no, because you don't want to... If you're hungry and you need food, you don't want to eat another hungry person. Because then you're just, you're not eating much. Whereas, if you ate an overfed person... Oh, God, someone died. Who died? Was that an old person going out to the desert? Are these old people going... Okay, we may need another commandment to make young people make children. Yeah. So yeah, I think these are old people going out into the desert to die, possibly? I feel like maybe I shouldn't have made that commandment. But at the same time, apparently I can now always make more babies. Oh no, they're going out to the desert to... throw flies on a lemon stick. I'm not actually going to comment on that lemon stick. I feel like that... Yeah. I feel like you're making food in the desert because I told you to. But I'm also almost fairly sure and certain that I didn't tell you to make food in the desert. Clearly... the place to make food is here. So maybe my priority should be teaching people not to be dumb. Oh god, if my priority was teaching people not to be dumb in this, well, in real life, Jesus, I would not enjoy that job. There we go, there's one. I just wanted to look at this, because that looks like a... Not a Swede. What are they called? Actually, it might be a Swede. No, not a Swede. Parsnip. It looks like a parsnip with two lemons attached to it. Or, a parsnip with a big fake yellow boobs. Which, again, is old man going into desert now? Okay, someone died. It was probably one of the dudes out here. I feel like this is going wrong again. So, interestingly... I'm not sure whether it's because it's still a new game. It's very hands-off. Which isn't a terrible thing. But it's very hard to know exactly what's going on. So... it's possibly a case of needs a bit of tweaking here for this. I honestly... Okay, well, okay, he died. Why did he die? Is it because, oh, he died too? Okay, people are dying. I'm going to fail soon. So I think, yeah, I mean, there's lots of food. They're not unhappy. The average age is fairly mediumly old. I mean, there are options here. I guess unhappy people prioritize babies. I proclaim the command. Yeah, no, there's definitely an interesting angle here to go on. You know, I think expanding on this idea would be brilliant. So a completely hands-off game whereby as a god, the only thing you can do is issue a commandment, and it is up to the characters, to your followers, to interpret that commandment. And I think if, as time goes on, it can range from so like you could create accidentally a kind of break off sect. You know, so you give out a commandment, for example, to follow your words it precisely. You know, you're like, I want you to do exactly as I say. And that causes a schism because people disagree on what it is exactly you want. And then there's like a religious war and loads of people die, and you're just sitting there like, holy shit, all I wanted you to do was what I said, not fucking murder each other. And yeah, it's interesting. As I said, I have gone through this game once before, looking at the coming soon games on Steam, and I was very worried about about whether this was a game with a gimmick. You know, whether this was Populous with a weird little gimmick, you know, where it's just like, oh, this is just an interest. Yeah, no, I know my legacy ends here. It's very clear to me that was going to happen. Why didn't sad people have babies? Jesus. It's like you have to be happy to have kids or something. God. But yeah, for a first look tutorial gameplay type video, and you know, obviously it's I don't have to say whether you should get the game or not. I'd say first impressions, keep an eye on it, because these guys, they seem fairly interesting from my brief email correspondence with them. And it's got an interesting look, which can obviously be improved upon, but the graphics are the least of concerns in an early access game. As long as they aren't jarring, as long as they aren't basically make it impossible for you to play the game, it's perfectly fine to have, I'm not going to say subpar graphics, but it's perfectly fine for you to have basic graphics, or, you know, as long as it doesn't look ugly, it's fine. And yeah, I mean, I wouldn't obviously advise you to buy an early access game ever, really. There are some games which are ready to be released and just need fine-tuning, and go into early access for a while and get updates. You know, a good example is Darkest Dungeon. That game came out ready to be played. This game, I'd say, you know, it's a smaller team and they're clearly wanting some support from people who like the idea. Myself personally, it's an interesting idea, definitely. I think it may be difficult for some people to get to grips with the whole, what does this do? How do I do this? You know, if I do this, will this happen? And I think that's partially the point, and it's quite cool. Whether it's enough for an entire game will remain to be seen. We'll have to keep an eye on this game and see where it goes. So, my advice is keep an eye on it, especially if you're interested in the base idea, which is you have no direct control and your followers apparently interpret things very, very stupidly. So it's a very realistic game. So there you go, guys. I mean, that is Crest. It is on early access if you're interested. Remember, as I said at the beginning of the video, the developers won me over very slightly by being just fairly genuine and I guess easygoing, or, you know, just decent people, which is sometimes hard to find. So keep that in mind as you've watched the video and are thinking about the game and etc. As I said, I like to be fairly candid with everything, so there you go. So yeah, thanks for watching the video, guys. I really hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next one.